Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, the Rise of Heroes. And we are here with Neek, who's in a very precarious position. He's actually about to face down potentially a bearyena, and while this wouldn't normally be a problem for the one who killed a killer bearyena, he only has 2 days left of life, and so if this bearyena reaches him, which unfortunately I think it could if it wanted to, but it might be distracted by that bunny right there. I don't know if his camouflage and his being through the tall grass will be enough. I was kind of counting on it, but I realized I don't know if the tall grass actually reduces the eyesight unless you're standing in it. So this could be his last day. I'm really worried for him. I know he would probably want to go down in a fight, but I don't know. It just... he would leave behind his mate and his children, neither of whom have the bearyena claw, to face down a bearyena, and I know that's not what he would want, even if he does fall defending them. Hopefully he'd at least give them the chance to get away. But we're going to go ahead and start a new day and see what happens. Oh my goodness, I hope he'll be okay. I think... Oh yeah, before we do that, actually, there were a few things we had left to do that we haven't done yet, and that would be to name the babies. So we've gone ahead and we've named the babies, and so we have little Zan, we have Luca, we have Piper, who's a little bit sandy color, kind of like a little sandpiper. We named Wolven last time, and then Isi and Damien's babies are Kiernu and Eden. We have the new little one here is Ursula, because she is much like a bear. She's actually got that very, very big bear-like strength, but not a lot of movement. And we down here have little Blaze, who has very fiery-looking fur. And so I think it's time to pass the day. We'll go ahead and zoom in on this family up here, because their father, Nutaduk, is going to pass away this time. And hopefully his mate Kokona will be able to carry on those wings, but we will see. And then we'll have to go find out what becomes of Neek. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Oh, Neek! Oh, he did fall in battle. I was hoping the bearyena would go after that bunny, but it didn't. Oh my goodness. Oh no! Oh, I suppose it is a fitting end for warriors such as him, and a little bit poetic that the one who spent his whole life tracking down that killer bearyena would in the end have his own life taken by them, but he does leave behind a mate and her little daughter, and so I feel that Quinn would probably gather the berries and then want to come up here and maybe, well, how close? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much camouflage does she have? Okay, Blaze is going to be fine. Blaze will be fine hiding down there. But I think we'll have Rochelle, his mate, go ahead and gather. Poor Neek didn't even have the chance to use the healing fruit. But then we'll have her retreat over here out of sight. All of them should be out of sight of the bearyena. Because she is hiding and she's got color camouflage. She should be fine. The bearyenas only have 5 sight. And it's still pretty far away, but oh my goodness, that's such a sad ending to a warrior. But I feel like Condor and maybe Puma would have heard what happened and would be making their way in that direction. They're both very young and could certainly take down that bearyena, even if it did manage to damage them a bit. However, their father Mars is also looking for them, and I think, let's look at the creatures we have here. I don't know if we had any with compatible immunities that could pass on these bearyena genes. So we have DG, HC, and DG. What is the only male here is Puma, HG. I don't know. HG, HC, DG. I don't think that's going to work very well. And then we have over here, we have Wolvan, H and C. I don't think so. I think all of them are probably going to end up, well, we might have to do a little bit of tentative breeding if we're going to keep those bearyena genes in the family. That, or we'll have to try and find an unrelated mate who may have, we may be able to mutate in some of the bearyena genes. So I think Condor is probably kind of stubborn and might run the other way when she hears her father coming. She also has H&C immunity, which is not unique, and I feel like she would be more focused on the bearyena and would not want to be caught. But Puma's a little bit more dutiful, and as Mars makes his way this way, I feel like Puma would reluctantly go back towards him and would come back to the rest of the tribe here with Mars. Mars, however, may have to continue pursuing Condor because she is a little more stubborn. And I don't know where I want to rest her for the day. Let's have her step down here. There's the bearyena. She can see it standing over poor Neek's remains, and that probably would shake her a little bit. But she knows it can only move 2 spaces, and so if she stands down here, it can't actually reach her, but it might come right up to her. And if it does, I think she'll be ready to take it down. Now, over here, I think Mars would want to help Puma head back this way, make sure he heads back, but I think he would continue to follow his daughter here and kind of head in her direction. He doesn't have that much longer to live, and if there's going to be a bearyena battle, I feel he would rather perhaps fall in that battle than to fall standing quietly with his tribe. He'd rather his last act be one of bravery than to stand and simply wait for the end to come. Let's have Melody go ahead and gather there. We need to make sure we're going to gather quite a bit of food. But Isi does need to have her last baby on this turn because she won't have another chance. So we'll have little Eden step down from the nest, and then we'll bring Damien back to breed with her one last time before he continues to venture out in search of this healing fruit. They've reached it. All right. I think and there's another nest over there. I think they would protect that very, very carefully. And I think, knowing she wants to be able to gather as much as she can, Isi would pick up this and then perhaps ask Fauna, a nice strong creature, to come and shake the tree so that some more acorns would fall that she could gather up. We now do have enough food for the next day, so that's a very good thing. I think, well, almost. Who's this? Okay, I think someone needs to go check that out right away because we have a root-digging creature over here. Luca can't quite reach her on this turn. Oh, and she's already gone. Oh, no. Well, we can still kill this bunny, and... Oh, wait, she's back. Isla, oh no, she took our healing fruit. I feel like Luca will go, hey, stop right there, and perhaps invite her into the tribe because anyone with new immunity, oh, she's got kind of terrible genes, but anyone with new immunity is probably worth quite a bit. So we'll have her come over here, and since she did take our healing fruit, she can kind of make up for that by gathering up a root at least before she has to go, or before the turn is up, to make sure we'll have enough food. Let's see, who else is here? We'd be in a bit of trouble if we had 2 twins, and I think Wolvon might hear this bunny stirring this way and make her way towards it, although she will be too tired to catch it. Let's have little Piper step out of the nest, and I guess... No, I'm gonna wait for one more turn, and before we have Cocoana... No, I'm just gonna have her baby, I think, actually. I think that'll be for the best. And Tara's not so little anymore. I feel like Tara might try to dig, but to no success. She's just not very good at that. We can always have Melody try as well. Oh, too bad. Oh, we did get the root, though, so that's good. And then, of course, Blaze would be cautioned to sit very, very still so that she doesn't attract the attention of that bearyena, because that could just completely snatch her up if she did catch its attention. So we're a little low on food. Let's go ahead and we'll start a new day. Okay. So the bearyena, I think, oh yes, it's come right up to her, but Condor, I don't think, is afraid. She has lured this bearyena right into her trap, and not only that, but she lured it away from Neek's family. So let's go ahead and we'll have Blaze try and catch this bunny. She wasn't quite strong enough to actually catch it, but she did manage to kill it, and then her brother scooped it up. But I feel like Quinn would probably want to make his way over this way and see. Oh, we've got bunnies stealing from us up here. Oh, that was a normal berry bush. Oh, I feel like Damien would probably... I don't think Damien realized that his mate has passed quite yet. He was too flustered over this whole healing fruit situation, but I think he would, oh my goodness, snatch up some of these bunnies, and perhaps we'll gather up some of this meat. And then let's see if we can have Isla maybe help us, because we don't want to leave any of that meat unattended. And wait a second, no. Oh no. Well, at least Wolvon has caught a bunny, but we did not successfully pass on those wings. Oh, poor Kokona. Oh, she was hoping so much that her legacy could go on, but she's not going to find out if it can. Well, thankfully Ursula is now has her second gem, because we can wait here and see if that bunny will come back. I think Eden would want to stay very close to her little sister, who we actually need to name. Let's go ahead and I think we'll call her Hope, because she may not have gotten that nimble finger, but I think her birth is a very hopeful one nevertheless. Oh, and perhaps Fauna can snatch up one of these bunnies, although we better send somebody to make sure we collect that meat. Oh, and Mars can stop and gather that, because I think he would see that that condor's down there and not be at all afraid. But Puma knows the dangers of leaving meat around, and so I have a feeling he might try and get over there. Oh, I don't know if he's gonna make it though. I don't think he will. Ooh, that could be kind of bad. Hopefully that doesn't attract anything dangerous. Well, we'll put Puma right by it just in case, so that if anything does show up, he can hopefully fend it off. And let's see. We'll have Kokona step over here. Unfortunately, she did not have a winged baby, but she can maybe... Oh, I don't know if she's gonna clear any of the path though. Let's have... Oh man, they can't reach this one either, can they? Oh no, well, we can put Isla right on top of it. Her coming may have been kind of a bad omen. Hopefully not, because hopefully all this extra meat lying around won't attract bearyenas. Melody can at least try and kill this this bunny here. But yet again, we can't reach the meat. This is probably not a good situation. I feel Mars would hear that and start making his way back, because he's realizing his tribe may have made some mistakes here. They might have not been in the best, they may have not made the best choices here. Condor, however, did take down the bearyena. She avenged Neek, and I think she could be proud to know. I feel she knows that Neek would be proud of her for coming and making sure his family is safe. But that is pretty much all the moves. Let's move Ursula a little closer this way, just in case something does show up to try and snatch that try and snatch up that meat. And maybe we'll move Terra this way too. Terra, unfortunately, only has one movement speed, because she has so much strength that she can't really even get around. She can barely move. And what I was thinking earlier is these bearyena hind legs aren't very good on our defenders. They do give some strength, but they take away speed. It might be worth giving them to our gatherers though, because most of our gatherers will probably end up with the normal paw, because we want them to have the speed to get away. And so if that's the case, then having those bearyena hind legs could give them a bit of an extra punch if they do have to fight. We'll see. It's just an idea, so we'll see how it works out. But we'll go ahead and start a new day. All this meat around has me worried. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Thankfully, it seems like despite all this meat laying around, and I feel like Mars would just run in and snatch this up and go, "What are you thinking?" to them. But I feel that, I think they've done quite well with catching their foods at least, but I don't think Mars would be too pleased to see that this is the kind of shenanigans they've gotten up to while he's gone. He's a little bit he's kind of old and gray now, but he's, I think, a little bit grumpy still. And I feel like he kind of just crankily snatch up his grass and then plunk himself down for his final day. There's not really any battle for him to lend himself to as his last act. but nevertheless. And I think let's actually have Melody go into the nest here. I'll move Tara this way. Maybe, no, Ursula couldn't quite reach it, but maybe Melody can actually settle down in this nest here and see if, oh, and let's see if we can catch this mole too. Oh, we should have snatched the bunny too. I saw it when it was too late, but we'll have Melody settle down here and have her baby to see if maybe we can finally have a winged baby. But I also wanted to look at Isla. Isla has the B and K immunity, and it might be worth trying to get some of her. Well, it might be worth breeding her with one of our bearyena creatures, perhaps. I mean, I guess the only one she could breed with would be Puma. And I don't know. I don't really know. Let's bring Quinn down here. I feel like Quinn is pretty. Oh no, the bunny's got his berries. Oh man. Well, I feel like Rochelle might want a little bit more of a good vantage point, and I think Quinn would angrily kind of snatch up that bunny while he could, and then Blaze would go sit on it, although that does mean they've left meat out again. That tribe, I don't know if they would be quite as aware of that as the defenders up here are. Perhaps they're not. Let's also bring Ursula over this way a little bit, but I was kind of looking to see if, oh, we did manage to dig that up. I was kind of looking to see if perhaps there'd be anyone we could breed Isla with, because she is getting a little bit older, and so if we... Oh, we've left a baby unattended. Oh, that was not good. Okay, I feel like Piper would notice that her little brother is unattended. We actually haven't named him. Oh, I thought we probably would have by now, but we haven't. So her name is Piper. I think we'll go ahead and we'll call him Wren, and kind of stick with the bird theme. They kind of are pretty close in looks, so we'll call him Wren. And we'll stick with the little bird theme for them, because they are like a little pair of sandy-colored little baby birds at this point in time. So, but for Isla, maybe she would breed with Kirnu, C and D, B and K. She might make her way into the tribe by breeding with Kirnu, actually. We'll keep our eyes out and see if we can find someone better to breed our bearyenas with. But I think Kirnu, despite having had to rush in and reprimand her for taking the healing fruit, maybe is realizing she's not quite so bad. So let's make sure we get her mutation menu sorted out, because we really don't want that bad eyesight to make its way into the family. But if they end up having babies, then maybe their babies could breed into our bearyena line, and we would have less of those nasty genes to worry about. So let's see. She also has awful fertility. She's not going to live long enough for us to get the higher fertility, so we'll put in the 2, because that's the best we could really do. She also has hemophilia, which is not great either. That's definitely something we don't want to see persist in the family, and so that could be a little bit dangerous. But I think we'll have them maybe step back this way. Let's have her gather up this root. Oh, I should have had her gather the other one, and then maybe Damien can kind of point out there's one here. Oh, and we'll have Kirnu quickly snatch this bunny up, and we can bring them back this way. Now, Zan and Luca need to find some place to station themselves, and I feel like Luca would feel pretty responsible of this healing fruit here, and would settle down next to that berry bush too, which actually still has a berry on it. I didn't even see that. Whereas Zan might make his way back a little bit more towards this area, and take up this berry bush, and maybe even, he has D and C. He couldn't breed with Melody. Neither of them could breed with Melody. But actually, Ren might. Oh no, Ren has B too, darn it. I was hoping we could have somebody else breed with Melody. Unfortunately, no, that is not going to happen. So let's bring Fauna down this way. I feel like she would feel the need to kind of expand the border slightly and make sure all the paths still connect properly. And we'll have Puma kind of stick with her a little bit. And of course, Little Hope is still being protected, so that's good. And I think that's pretty much it for this turn. Let's go ahead and we'll start a new day. Hopefully that meat is not going to get them into trouble. Uh-oh. Well, we do have another creature down here, but we've got a bigger problem. Actually, a problem, but perhaps also a solution. Well, let's see who's down here first. It looks like another spit snout creature, but I feel like I feel like Puma would kind of cut in front of him, and together with Fauna, maybe cut him off. Oh, is that an actual berry bush right there? Kirnuvon, oh no. He's got... I feel like they would realize he's sick and kind of panic. Fauna might smack him a little bit because she'd just see that he's sick and kind of... That'd be a bit of a panicky feeling for her. Puma would see he's going for that food and would be like, no, this is our food. You don't get to steal it. And let's actually bring Eden over here to make sure he doesn't try and steal these berries either. I just saw who's in this nest. Kukuro, you are the savior of this tribe. He has B and C immunity, but he has the wing. And so even though Melody's mother didn't get to see it, we did preserve the wing in our tribe. We still have a chance. But first of all, let's bring Isla over here. We'll have... Where is the root she could dig up? I think it was right... Nope, but let's have let's see. Wolvun, no. You can try... Nope, we missed the bunny, unfortunately. I was gonna say Wolvun could try and snatch that up. Oh, but possibly, yes. There we go. And did it already steal from that berry bush? It didn't, so let's quickly make sure that... Oh, Zan can't reach it. Oh, no. I was gonna say, let's make sure we snatch that up before a bunny gets it, but we may not get the chance. Kiernu's gonna have to move over here, so let's put Isla down here. And where was that root she could dig up? Did it disappear? It did disappear. That's just not fair. Oh, dear. Well, let's have her then try and breed. That is Kiernu. Okay, we'll have her try and breed with Kiernu. To no success, unfortunately, but Damien and Kiernu can then take on this bearyena, and they did manage to take it down. So let's have Piper come over here and quickly snatch up that meat. And there is the friendly bearyena over here, so I feel like Ren would be quite curious and might also kind of make her way over that way. Wolvine would also notice that there's a creature that looks a little bit similar to them, and specifically to her, who's suddenly here, and perhaps that could be the start of an interesting new little, perhaps a new line of bearyenas. We'll have to see. Let's have Melody step out of her nest, and we'll sit over here for now, and we'll have, let's move Fauna this way. I think Fauna would start to head in the direction of the noises she's hearing Condor making, and Condor could finally emerge and relay both what happened to Neek and the fact that she did take down the bearyena she went to face. So kind of bittersweet news. I feel like Tara would want to expand a little bit this way and just see what might be down on this little peninsula and kind of just explore the woods a little bit more. Thankfully, nothing bad came of this food being left here, so let's go ahead and gather it up. Although we did see another bunny that ended up stealing our food there. Let's have Rochelle try... Oh, I feel like Quinn is quite angry at these bunnies and very, very hostile towards them because they're stealing so much of his food. And I think Rochelle might consider this to be a safe place and kind of settle down to have her last baby with Neek, as a matter of fact. Maybe not hers forever, but her last baby with Neek. So we'll go ahead and we'll start one last day. I think everybody's pretty much used up their moves. We've actually got... Okay, the bearyena went that way. Oh, but then came back. Let's snatch up this bunny. Let's have you gather from here quickly. And is there anything more to gather up? There is not. That was Mars who passed away there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he was very, very old. But let's see who's here. And oh my goodness. Okay, so what a fascinating ending, because oh, this is so much more fitting than I realized too. We have a little baby here whose name is Roku. Now, I mentioned that this tribe is probably descendants, or at least distantly aware of the original Roku, the leader of one of our first niche tribes. And it seems that Rochelle has remembered those stories and remembered what warrior her mate was and named her son after that original leader. So this is Roku, and it's actually interesting because I think he might be just what this tribe needs. He has C and D immunity, and I'm pretty sure that's different than a lot of our female bearyenas. So let's look, say, Condor does have the C immunity, Fauna has D. We have C, oh, I don't know for sure actually now. What about Wolven? Wolven has the same, oh dear. Oh dear. Terra has D. No, he maybe isn't quite what we were looking for. I don't know if either Hope or Eden could breed with him either. No, they have the same as well. But it's at least a different immunity gene that, than what we've had. Oh my goodness. So, we're not going to change his name because that is the name pretty much of a legend. She's chosen to name him after an old legend of our tribe. And certainly that means she must think that he's got a great destiny ahead of him. So we'll have to see if that works out. We'll have to see what may become a little Roku, but he certainly does seem to combine the best of both sides of our tribe. He's got 4 attacks, so he's not a weak creature, but he can also dig. He has 3 movement, so that's not terrible, but he certainly is an interesting creature. I think we'd have Rochelle destroy this nest, maybe gather up some grass, although hopefully that won't prove to be danger. And I feel like she would perhaps kind of... I feel like she'd step up here. Oh, and even the bunnies have come probably to tease us because we don't have any moves left. But I feel like she would come up there to perhaps protect him a little bit more from the elements. And I think she might... Well, she might risk shouting across the island to these guys, and I don't think they could hear quite what she was saying, but they'd hear that loud noise, and we better move some of our defenders in her direction. Perhaps, which of them have the best movement? Fauna has 3 movement, so I think we'll bring her with. And perhaps Puma. Let's bring Puma this way as well. And we'll move Fauna this way. You can gather here, little Eden. And let's move Kokoro over here. Oh, we gotta name him too. We actually didn't. We had this bearyena as well that we can invite into the tribe. And now he should be a friendly bearyena who will hopefully follow us. Hey, that bunny. Oh, that bunny's taken our berries. Oh, no, we did get them first, didn't we? Oh my goodness. But I think Damien, now that his mate is gone, would also go to investigate. These guys can make sure they have their baby. And Wolven can make her way this way as well. I feel like Hope would hear all the commotion and kind of want to tag along despite being a little bit smaller and a little bit younger. And these guys might hesitate a little bit more, not wanting to leave her behind. Whereas Ursula would probably stay a little closer this way with Condor, or maybe with Condor, actually. I don't know. Condor's such a free spirit. I think she would probably just go plunging straight back into the woods from whence she came in order to see what's over there and perhaps even be determined to get there first. So, let's see. I think Terra would realize... Terra's pretty solid, much like the earth for which she's named, and so is Ursula. They're a little bit more of the steadfast creatures of the tribe, and I think they would realize someone needs to stay back and protect it. So let's have Zan uncover this berry bush and gather a little more grass so that we have some more nesting material. These guys are ready to go. They're going to have their baby. And let's see if Ren can maybe dig up any roots around here. He could kind of head a little bit this way, follow Wolven perhaps, and find a root there. And I think Piper, despite maybe not being all that strong, might at least take a swipe at that bunny. So, a lot of interesting things have happened in the tribe today. We lost a great warrior, and perhaps witnessed the birth of a new one. We'll have to see what becomes a little Roku here. He certainly doesn't resemble his predecessor, but who knows? I mean, he does have that black pattern in there, which is the black main color. He also has the red, so it's a little bit darker. It's a little more reddish than our original Roku was white with a black mane. But we shall see. We shall see, little one, what your future may hold. But we're going to have to find out next time what will become of little Roku and of the rest of the tribe. and their bearyena problem that has so plagued them. We'll have to find out what happens next time, because it is that time again. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.